for the wonderful invitation, and I thank Krishnamurthy ji and Dr. All the panelists and the team at Vedic Wellness University for giving me the opportunity to present the ideas and the thoughts on music and wellness. Well, I hope the audio and video is audible.
Yes, please go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And well, to begin off, I would like to share uh, music has been in my life since my childhood. The journey initially began with me learning classical vocals. It expanded into me being into the world of sound engineering and me into as a performing artist. But still, it was as if the life had bigger purpose for me. And that led me to deep dive into the world of silence, meditation, and consciousness. And there itself, I discovered my life purpose. It was about exploring the consciousness and the connection with the sound. So before starting with the panelist and the discussion, I would like to, like you all the attendees, all the panelists, to just close the eyes and experience the vibrations within. We can all close the eyes. I'm going to invoke divine sound, and through that, let's experience the inner vibrations. Now, you can slowly and gradually come back to normal consciousness. So, just 30 seconds before, we were having thoughts, we were very much attentive in this webinar, but during the aspect of experiencing the divine sounds, it was as if we were taken down and into the deep world of silence, isn't it so? So, sound and vibrations are the core fundamental, you can say, the foundational units of our life. Now, the new modern science has been talking to us that we are nothing but a vibration. Every small atom or the particle will, when we talk about the mass and the matter, the smallest particle there is till the biggest object in the universe, it is vibrating. And if it is vibrating, it is in a movement. And if it is in a movement, it has a sound and frequency of its own. So, this is the exact angle and the approach which our ancient scientists, who were the our ancient scientists, the yogis and the Rishi Munis, they found out these secrets about Nad, which is nothing but the spandas, the divine pulsations, the secrets about the Anahad Nad. And they figured out this Anahad Nad is nothing but self generated, it is from our consciousness. And this is the aspect of the the scriptures from the Shaivism basically talks about the sound as a medium to get enlightened, the sound as a medium to get liberated, the Nad Brahma, the Spanda Shastras. We can go back to all the ancient Upanishads also. They are talking about in the beginning there was nothing but the sound, and they correlate it with the consciousness of Brahma. Many scriptures talk about the sound and the correlationship with the Om. When we listened to the sound of the singing bowls, what was it singing? It was singing the chant of the Om, isn't it so? And Dr. Shubham beautifully shared about how he practices the chanting of Om or the mantras. So these vibrations, they have the intrinsic capacity to penetrate till the DNA level, to change the Ayurvedic doshas, to create a dynamic system in which the physicality and the psychic of one's human potential can be upgraded. So we have different levels of consciousness, and it has been described in Nad Bindu Upanishad that how the different levels of consciousness can be shifted by utilizing different types of sound. If we go back and understand about the Indian classical music or the Raga Chikitsa, it has been described that ragas were not basically used for entertainment aspect. Now it has become a part and parcel of our life, in which music is considered first as an entertainment aspect, but in the ancient era it was considered every art form basically, not just the music, but music, dance, and the art, for attaining the god consciousness, attaining the liberation, attaining the science of enlightenment. So the science of Nad Yoga is the yoga in which the sounds play an important role to activate the inner potential. So how does that happen? I would like to show that. So I hope the screen is visible. So, well, when we experience the different sounds in our life, it has the capacity to change the life itself, because sound is directly connected with the matter. The vibration changes the oscillating matter and the particle, and it then changes the energetic systems around us. How it changed my life? Well, I was a DJ and a sound engineer. It completely changed me being into the world of spirituality and into the science of silence. That was the huge change in my life. In the initial days, I was just like an ordinary teenager, well, in which I was completely surrounded with fear, conflict, anger, hatred, and basically the ignorance, right? When we talk about the Vedic Upanishads, the ignorance, the dirt around us. And then, with the utilization of correct sound and frequencies, my life changed. And it has the potential to change not only the lifestyle, but also the physical disorders, as Dr. Vijay Lakshmi shared, as Dr. Shubham shared, and also the mind, because mind is everything arises and comes down to the mind. So, I had a wonderful opportunity to deliver this concept at various platforms and to various organizations. So, how does the science will change? Initially, when we talk about the different sensory perceptions, the five great elements, the sound or the space element is intrinsically the big daddy, well, we can say. It has the absolute potential to change all the dynamic aspects with the four elements. So, sound, if we see, it is nothing but the ether element. It is connected with the space element, and space element is nothing but it is ever expansiveness. And this ever expansiveness has the potential for us to connect with the Anandamaya Kosha. So when we talk about the five sheets or the five layers of the consciousness and the human system, it can take us to the Anandamaya Kosha, to the inner silence. Furthermore, when we talk about the new modern science, the sound, as Dr. Shubham shared, the sensory perceptions or the auditory nerves, it is directly connected with our brainwave systems. So when we listen to different frequencies, the brainwave systems or the brainwave frequencies has the potential to change their frequencies, the correlationship between the left and the right hemisphere. So if we see here, just by intervening 15 minutes of sound therapy, the brain or the brainwave frequencies, which was very much into the mode of anxiety, stress, and confusion, it got changed into calm, into the much more relaxed response. Or we can say the fight and flight response of our nervous system is changed into rest and digest mode, which is the parasympathetic response. Furthermore, there have been scientific evidences of how meditation and brainwave science can change the life. When we talk about the different stimulus response created by the brain, right from the neurochemicals, right from the memory, right from the aspect of balancing the emotions and the different aspects of music and the brain, we have experienced this in our life, isn't it so? That when we listen to different music, our mood changes. And if the mood is changing, there is certain a change in the hormones, and it has been observed over the course of time. Great research has been done in music therapy and how it changes the brain or even the memory responses and even the gray matter in the brain. When we talk about the emotional responses according to music, well, if we see, different researches has been done across different subjects and case studies in which people gave different emotional responses to different music, and we do that every day, right? If we are listening to a dance music, we responded to with a different emotion. If we are listening to classical music, well, Depending on the emotion of the music, we can produce fear or we can also produce happiness, right? When we are experiencing a horror movie, right, if we cut down the sound, we don't have any emotions or responses to it, isn't it so? How wonderful the science of sound is around us. And we can see the direct emotional heat map in the body. When we listen to different music and their emotions, the heat map can be beautifully observed in the body. Furthermore, as rightly said, the music directly has the potential to change the impact on the nervous system. It acts as if as a nervous stimulant. So when we are listening to the sound therapy and the aspect of sound meditation, it helps us to go into the rest and digest mode, right? So now, more apart from that, I would like to shed some light in this aspect as well, because I am coming from a marketing and a business world. The consumer behavior, it is largely shifted by the usage of sounds. So great amount of the brands use specific sounds to change our behavior, isn't it so? In the world of marketing, it is called as audio branding and sonic marketing. And if you say, if I'm using a Samsung phone, I know which kind of sound produces which kind of emotional response. Or let's say if you go into a McDonald's, right? And there is a specific sound which creates specific response in the hormones. And this is how the legendary brands have cracked the consumer behavior with the audio marketing as well, sonic marketing. So if you see, the world of music is not just restricted to entertainment, it is in the world of wellness, spirituality, enlightenment, and also in the world of marketing and business. So this has been my thought and process, and over the course of last 7 years I have been helping thousands of people to balance their mind, their body, and also to help their marketing approach with the aspect of sound. So this has been my thought process, and I hope it gave you a new insight into the world of music and wellness. Thank you so much.